Okay. Now, it's not over yet. There's still a lot of stuff to do. Secret is here. There's a lot of, like, jumping off elevators and sending elevators up and seeing what's underneath them in this game. It's kind of stuff all over the place. I'm going to Ember. Do I not have Embers equipped? I guess not. It doesn't seem like we have many of them now, but they're quite abundant later in the game, so I'm just going to, you know, the extra health is good. And maybe we'll get invaded.
Ah, oh, don't disappear like that. You had me downright worried. But thanks to you, an epiphany has struck me square in the head. I've unraveled the riddle of this inscrutable lift.
Very smart onion.
On some days I begin to doubt myself. I went up the tower, so I thought, then somehow ended up here. I'm not exactly sure what happened. Anyhow, do you see that? That humongous beast? I'm no coward and I've a steady hand, but that thing makes my skin crawl. How now? Think twice before you go down that road. I could try talking some sense into him. No, I think not. He's far too overheated. I've got to use my head and think.
They make him so endearing. I love it. He is fantastic. Okay. Items? I don't think there are any other items up here. So now we hop down. Here's our first demon in the game. Now, the demons are also linked to the first fire in a way. So that's why you can see, like, this guy.
You should have waited. Well, it's too late now. I, Sigurd of the Knights of Katarina, fight by your side. Ah!
Get in here, Zieg. So Siegward's pretty strong. He'd probably kill this thing himself, I expect. But we will help him, obviously. We will fight together. But yeah, so the demons are also kind of linked to the first flame. So they don't have nearly as much power based on that. Like, you can kind of, you notice that they're sort of dying also. Oh my god, are you kidding me? I didn't realize that would knock me off a cliff. Okay. But I like the idea that they're also kind of drying out and turning into ash. That's so neat. Alright, well, at least we're only here. Other than our invasions, that's the first time we've actually died, and it was to gravity. Of course. We'll do our civic duty and allow some blues to get summoned in if we get invaded, because it's such a pain in the ass to get their Covenant item. Man, I'm kind of disappointed with that death, but it is Dark Souls. Yeah, there are 3 places that the friendly giant can shoot at.
I could try.
Yeah, okay. So we're just doing this again as if it didn't happen the first time, I guess. No, you should have waited. Hello, Mr. Demon? Come on. What's happening here? Here he comes.
No! You should have waited. Well, it's too late now. I, Sigurd of the Knights of Katarina, fight by your side. Ah!
I say, maybe we just don't fight him near the edge, but it was really just that single attack that he had that was fucking bullshit. Siegmeyer's got his Zweihander, he's fucking killing it. I wonder, can he actually die here? I presume so. What it is that when you get him below a certain HP, he, like, powers up and tries to, like, expel all of his remaining fire power. Like, literal fire power. Because the demons don't have much of that left, so when they're desperate, they use it, and that's what knocked me off the fucking cliff.
That was quite a performance. But you mustn't get in over your head. We Unkindled must put our duties first. But, for the moment, we've a toast to make. To your valor, my sword, and our victory together. Long may the sun shine!
He's great.
Well, I'm going to have myself a little nap. The only thing to do, really, after a nice toast.
Okay, and we get the sleep gesture. He's asleep. You think the demons are dying because you killed the Witch of Islith in the first game. She created the Chaos Flame and it came from the demons. And from it came demons. Thousands of years after you kill them, their fire is gone. Partially, it's also because the Chaos Flame is linked to the first flame. So because it's linked, as the first flame dies, so does the Chaos Flame. And that's why the demons also are dying out. So there's some goofy lore with the demons. Not much, but it talks about how there's a demon prince that's been sent on his own mission to try to rekindle the Chaos Flame as we're trying to go and link the first flame. It's pretty neat. Is there anything down here? Okay. There's stuff on these corpses. I'm just going to shoot them down. Shoot them down. Shoot them down. That gave us an okay amount of souls also. I'd like to save up to try to get that flippin' 20,000 souls key, but we don't really need that right away. Got a Pale Tongue. That's the Red Phantom Covenant item. And you actually, those are very versatile. Those have a lot of uses that are good for every person, so it definitely incentivizes invasions. Some asshole killed like all the gods at once. It's implied that Siegward dies. Yeah, I was gonna say I'd hate to ruin NPC questlines, so try not to spoil them. But again, it's not. I don't think. I mean, based on when I played it, I did not get that impression. Again, it's sort of implied, but I don't think his questline ends in a necessarily depressing way. Nor do I think it's very clear whether he's dead or not. That's for sure. So don't y'all worry. I think Big Siegward's in just a fine spot. Okay, onwards. Onwards and upwards. Got these creeps hanging from the ceiling. Red bug pellet, that's good for fire resistance, which we'll be using later. I told you Undead Settlement would take us a while. Again, I'm just, like, want to make sure that I get pretty much everything possible here. Flippin' assholes hanging from the ceiling. I have just enough arrows probably to shoot a bunch of them down, which is good. There we go. 5 fading souls. That's 250 souls. Not a piece, but total. Totally worth it to even bother picking up. This is where we came in, right? Yeah, okay. I think there's more of those things hanging up, so. Hello? Alright, sure, yep, that's, sure. There you go. I gotta say, getting killed so much with those cracked red eye orbs is a little disheartening. Not a huge amount, but it's, you know, it's a little irritating that we didn't have a single, fight that was like I don't want to say, again, I hate, like, the dueling culture, but unfortunately, they were, like, all the exact same against people with multiple phantoms that were spec'd for PvP. So that was unfortunate, but, you know, it is kind of the way it is. Oh, okay. Got some human pine resin, which allows you to buff your weapon with dark. There are 2 of those creep fire evangelist people up here, so I am gonna buff my sword and try to kill them quickly. Anytime I use consumables, I feel like I die, though, so this may or may not go well. Actually, that went great. Please pass away. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, because these guys can definitely kill me if I wasn't careful. Your favorite quest is probably Siegmeyer's from DS1. The only thing I didn't like about it was how vague and random the last part of it was. It's just like a really strange way that it functions. This is Flynn's ring? Yeah. So this allows you to do more damage with the less that you have equipped, which, considering we're wearing knight armor, that's probably never going to be a thing that happens. Okay. Let's make the rounds here to see if there's anything up here. I could re-ember myself, but I don't think that's necessary. The boss is quite easy, and you get embered every time you kill a boss. That's something that was taken from Demon Souls, and I also find that it's very important because it forces people to be embered, which means that like people will almost always be open for invasion at some point. There's a Chloranthy ring, very important. I also have a bunch of other rings that I should probably just equip. Flame Stone Plate and Blood Bite, sure, whatever. That fire, the fire clutch ring, it makes you do more fire damage, but you take more damage also. So it's, I guess, a little risky. So this is back out near the boss. So just checking for stuff. Checking for stuff, the Jayborino story. Okay, so we did the whole Siegward thing. That was all optional. And I've sort of described how there's a lot of optional stuff in Undead Settlement, and now we've done nearly all of it. My god, get out of here. Say, if she's gonna let me hit you, I'll take the hits. Excellent. Okay. You used Flynn's ring so much during your playthrough since you always play with light armor and weapons. Yeah. I don't plan on going for light armor. I don't know which armor set I'm going to use. I have a plan for one. I might do the teleports behind you knight set because it's pretty cool looking. And it fits with our whole, you know, a shamed knight thing going on here. I do have a reason for coming back this way. Now that we've befriended the giant, we can go through that graveyard. Oh, this is bad. How much Titanite do we have? Only 3. We need one more Titanite shard to get our Lothric Knight Sword up to +2. But without a transfusion, it won't be nearly as good. We do have a fire gem. We could get a fire sword. That would definitely not be bad. Sieglinde killing Siegmeyer feels really depressing, but at least she was the one who managed to do it. Yeah, and it's implied that he goes hollow because she delivers the wife's dying message. Okay, thank you for stopping. Oh god, we're fat rolling. That's because I have a bow equipped. Oh, God. How did I let this happen? Being right on the cusp of the 70 is not a good place to be. Okay, so now we can safely go through here. But wait! We have Heal Aid! My favorite flavor is blue raspberry. But for real, you know that light blue Kool-Aid flavor? I don't know what it's called. It's just blue. It's just blue Kool-Aid. It's great. It's my favorite Kool-Aid. Is there anything back here? This feels like somewhere where something would be. We'll just let the giant kill all the enemies while we look around for loot. How's that sound? Get some free souls. What's up, buddy? Please don't shoot me. It's like artillery, too. He shoots it up into the air, and then it just comes pummeling down. It's actually quite hard to avoid. Ember, Fading Soul, Young White Branch. So he gives us a special Young White Branch to signify that we're at peace with each other. The other Young White Branches function as... just out of the corner of my eye, just see these guys get smashed. The other Young White Branches function as... you can use them like the chameleon spell. You turn into an object in the environment. Okay, there's our first bone shard. We can use that to upgrade our Estus shard so that it heals for more. So we'll probably do that before the boss, because we have a pretty straight path to the boss once we open the door. Does the DS3 fat roll feel better or worse than I think it's about the same as the DS1 fat roll. Yeah, there's nothing like fat rolling. Do you think I don't see you up there, you clown? Okay. Cleric trousers. Finally. Just making sure we get all this stuff. Mortician's ashes. We can even... Umbral ash of a resident of the Undead Settlement who made a living burying corpses. So you remember the lady, the handmaiden, she said, bring me umbral ash and I will increase my item variety. So you want to look for this ash and then you turn it into the handmaiden, she'll sell more stuff. So it's not like, hey, you made it to a certain point in the game, here's some increased vendor stores. You actually have to do stuff to unlock them doing that. Like Grey Worm you have to send out on expeditions, and the handmaiden you have to give the ash, and then like the spell vendors, you have to give them scrolls. I like that. I like that you actually have to do stuff to allow your vendors to sell you more stuff. It's not just automatic as you kill bosses. Okay, here we are. Is there anything that I need to do while I'm here? I don't think so. Might as well throw that down and see if we get summoned. I doubt it. The cleric set in DS3 is hilarious. You wear a turtle shell on your back like those pilgrims. Okay, so now you can see where we are. Could backtrack. Don't have to. We could just go fight the boss. I was hoping maybe someone would summon us, but considering how long it took us to find anyone to invade, I really doubt we're going to find anyone that's going to summon us. Doesn't hurt to wait a little bit, I suppose. While I check my latest YouTube comments. Masked Imposter leaving comments on Command & Conquer 3 Tiberium Wars, GDI 9. Your playlist isn't updated after level 13 yet. God damn it. That's what I get for checking comments. Mistakes that I've made. Okay, let's just go. No one's going to summon us in for this silly fight. This fight is ridiculous and very strange. Let's get in there and kill some of these guys. So the boss is this big tree. It's got these weird pustules that you have to hit. I told you it's strange. already gotten 2. This boss is also it's easy, it's just like, it's just weird. But I appreciate weird bosses. Oh god. Lucky for us, they all die to the falling damage. This weird, scrotum thing is back for us to hit. Oh dear. This little arm also takes damage. This is the easiest one to hit at first, so just... Oh, Jesus. Oh my god. Get up! I forgot what it's like to do so little damage that you can't get through this boss before it can basically do anything. I forgot what that's like. That one's already burst. There's one on his back. No! I should have expected that to happen. Oh my god, camera, what are you doing? Weird acorns, I think. There we go, another one down. Don't fall on me, bro. Oh, come on. There we go. Almost got him. Hit the hand. The hand counts as a big exposed area as well. Okay, Soul of the Rod of Greatwood Transposing Kiln. Now, technically, this is actually an optional boss. You don't have to kill it, but you get the Transposing Kiln, which is what allows you to use boss souls to make stuff. Yeah, fuck you, Holy Knight, whatever your name was. You'll know, yeah, so we're down where the Mound Maker's Covenant was. So there's a bonfire down here now, and this is how you interact with the Mound Makers. But if you didn't join the Mound Makers prior to this, you can't do it till way later in the game. So you want to get in that cage thing way early, because you can't do that again at this point. All right, we're going to go back to Firelink. First playthroughs, people took 30 minutes to figure out what to do against that boss. I think the weak points are fairly obvious. I don't know. Okay. Here's your
well,
ash.
Gracious, passing fine ash thou'st given. Let this ash bestow nourishment. I only hope these new wares content thee.
Ha 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 ha. So she usually gets some stacks of embers. No large arrows yet.
Ashen one, is it not?
So she sells a new key. We can get this grave key. We're very close to the 20,000 for the tower key also. I'd like to just get that and get it out of the way. Still only 3 shards. We need 4 for our next level. Grey Rat is back.
Oh, hello. You've come at a good time. It took some prowling, but I finally made a score. Go on, have a gander.
Cool. So I don't think there's anything for Grey Rat early that you have to do to make sure he doesn't die. I think this is like a freebie, but the next one he goes on, he can die. I'm just gonna get 99 arrows.
Goodbye, and stay safe.
Thanks. And then we want to go give the transposing kiln to that one guy. We can also go and talk to this fellow. Maybe, I don't know, maybe just because we invaded it all, he'll be satisfied.
Well, hasn't it been some time? I'm Leonard, the Ringfinger. Remember me? I slipped you those red eyes some time ago. You're making quite an effort of it, so I thought you might like to know. If you yearn for a proper red-eye orb, one that is uncracked, then kill the Dark Wraith, survivor of the land swallowed by darkness. He has been a prisoner for many ages in the deepest cell in all Lothric.
Okay.
I can see it in your eyes. If you didn't invade, didn't pillage, whatever would you do? If you fancy a proper then kill me as I can.
Okay, so you remember there was a door that was locked in the high wall? We can go and do that now.
Fret not, fret not. My feet are here firmly planted. For I am a lord, and this is my throne.
I don't know if it's... The implication here is that he cut his own legs off, or someone else cut his legs off to ensure that he couldn't leave, like the other 4 did. I'm not sure.
Oh, belike it is a transposing kiln in thy possession. Seen better days, but methinks it shall suffice. Now, bring to me a twisted soul. Transposition is the art of extracting and coalescing the essence of a soul. In transposing a twisted soul, its true power transferred to thee. Thy purpose is to seek lords and slay them. What's to fear in a little transposition now?
Okay, so now we can get this stuff. Pontiff's left eye is good. Alternatively, we could get the Great Hammer, which is frost damage. I know Classic wants that.
Now.
As of right now, I'm not going to get anything. I might just want to level up.
Then take...
I feel like I should... I don't need that key. I don't actually need that until after the Cathedral of the Deep, honestly. So I'm fine not doing it. We need 2 more dexterity to use the sword. So 1 more small Titanite shard, and then maybe we can infuse it with fire. We'll have the Lothric sword ready to go. So that'll replace what we're currently using. No problem. Oh, we can burn our Undead Bone Shard. So now our Estus is better. I don't think I picked up another Estus shard, but I'll go try to check, because we could just look here. No. Okay. So there's 2 things we can do before we move on. We now have the key. Because we turned in the Mortician's Ashes to the Shrine Handmaiden, we could buy the key that will unlock the door that's in the sewers underneath Undead Settlement. So that's... I don't know. Is exciting the word? I don't think I would use that as a way to describe this, honestly. But, because we're talking about doing a faith thing here, we're about to go find our faith trainer, merchant. I'm not really sure what you'd call that. So I'm deciding what to do with my soul levels now. I could pump strength to be able to use the shield. Not super necessary, though, is it? Or we just level faith. So that once we do get a blessed gem, it'll scale decently. This is a statue of Velka. It's how you remove sin in the game, or hollowing. Which, by the way, we have to do our hollowing stuff with, what's his name? We have 2 levels of hollowing. That might be enough to get our next free level from Yol. Skeletons! No one told me there'd be skeletons on this adventure. Please pass away. Thank you. Oop, just had a bit of a hiccup there. Okay. Soul of an unknown traveler. Teleports behind you, nothing personal, kid! Some of these skeletons revive. If they have white eyes, they'll revive once, so you have to kill them twice, basically. None of them endlessly do, like in the first game. I don't know why this guy's down here. Sometimes dogs can appear out of nowhere down here because they teleport from above. Heavy gem. Oh god, I forgot about that. Heavy gem is strength related. So like strength is basic, or heavy gem is like a strength-based infusion. It improves the scaling with strength for the weapon you infuse. Sharp is for dexterity. Refined is for a quality build, which is strength and dexterity. Ah, there's our Titanite shard. Trying to think. I mean, I could go through all of them and explain them, but it all has to do with like what stats will be focused more on scaling as you proceed with leveling. Just enough arrows. Some of those enemies way early in the game actually drop a different chime. Might be worth trying to go and get. Rats. These rats aren't endless, but there's just a lot of them. There we go. New talisman. Can't use it. Not enough faith. I guess I only have 10 faith and we're rolling just to heal a little bit. So if the protagonist links the first flame, will it remain lit forever, or will this whole decay inevitably happen again? It's a cycle. So the flame is naturally dying to lead to the Age of Dark. The question is that a bad thing? Might be. Alternatively, you can artificially keep trying to kindle the fire over and over and over. This cycle's just been happening.
Who is there? Is someone there? Anyone? Oh, please, whoever you are, touch me.
Oh, yeah.
The dark surrounds me, nibbles at my flesh. Little creatures, they never stop biting. So please, hold out your hand and touch me.
So this is sort of like Rhea from the first game.
Ah, yes, there you are. So close, indeed. Then I am not entirely alone just yet. Praise the merciful gods above. Oh, forgive me. I am Irina of Karim. I came to this land so that I might be a firekeeper. Your touch has freed me from the darkness. You are a champion, then? I am weak and unfit to tend the flames. But if it would not trouble you, might I enter into your service instead? Oh, thank you, sweet champion. I shall take my vows. I, Irina of Karim, solemnly swear to serve you.
Bye. All right. Goodbye. I'll see you later. You don't just disappear. Girl says she wants me to touch her and then just ghosts me. All right, so we're just racking up those NPCs back at Firelink.
You've gone and rescued her, have you? How very quaint. Pitying creatures that are beyond help. Very well. I'm sick of looking after her at any rate. I am Egon, a knight of Karim. I am allied to you for as long as you assure the girl's safety. And only for that long. What's the matter? My terms are very simple. I am allied to you for as long as you assure the girl's safety. And only for that long.
Okay.
What's the matter?
See you later, Egon. So, again, at first glance, she's Rhea from the first game. But I think the real reference here is from Demon Souls, because that's Garl Vinland and Maiden Estrella. Because he's like, well, you don't really know much about Garl Vinland, but like he's, in this case, like Egon is just, his only purpose is to protect this lady. And he's like, look, I'm a condescending prick, but don't fucking touch this woman or I'm coming for you.
Oh, then shall we begin?
Okay, so we're gonna do this again.
Bearer of...
What do we level? What do we do? I feel like we should just keep getting health, man. And I'll explain why, based on what we're gonna transfuse the Lothric sword with.
Be safe, champion of Ash.
Oh, I'm old. Okay, so that gives us another Dark Sigil. So now we have 2. So what that means is every time we die, we accrue 2 levels of hollowing instead of just 1. So we'll die, our hollowing will go to 4. Now the hollowing has no real effect. There's actually some interesting weapons and infusions you can use with hollowing, but I don't really need to talk about that right now. Basically, it turns you, as you get like to more and more hollowing, you get a max of 99, then your skin turns green, like it did in Dark Souls 2, and you like just turn hollow, but it has no actual effect on anything. Okay, I'm gonna go and level up this sword.
It wasn't it.
There we go.
Prithee, be careful.
So now we've got the Lothric Knight Sword, so I just want to compare this. That's the Astora Sword. So we're doing 177 total here. Less here, unless we transfuse it.
It wasn't it.
So raw longsword is 177. If we infuse the Lothric Knight Sword with refined, wouldn't do anything. We don't have a raw gem. What I'm leaning towards is doing a fire sword, because you can see this would do 222 total damage, which is obviously way better, but it removes the scaling for strength and dex, which is fine, because I'm not putting any more points into strength and dex. I just needed enough to use this sword, and the fire gem will give us fire damage, which will help stagger enemies, and is overall much better. The issue is if an enemy if they're not weak to fire, if they're resistant to fire, we're in trouble. But this is just, I think, objectively better if we look 177 versus 222. So,
Prithee, be careful.
looks good. Next thing, before we proceed, we're going back to High Wall of Lothric, because we can go and open that door where the Dark Wraith is. This is why I kill the Firekeeper. It destroys anime. So, Arena's also back in Firelink. We can go and talk to her. Please don't turn around. Okay. Wow. Okay, I take it all back. Why? Are we really doing 116? What happened to our... Why does it feel like it's so much less? What happened? Are those guys weak to fire? That doesn't make sense. Or not, are resistant to fire? Oh dear. Have I screwed myself out of lots of damage? Now that's a lot of damage. Because weren't we one-shotting these guys? I think we were one-shotting them prior to leaving High Wall. Oh, that's bad. It says 222 total! What has happened? This is why people prognosticate not using weapon splits. Why did I do that? Splitting damage and just always going pure physical, because then you run into stupid stuff like this where you feel like you should be doing more for whatever reason, but enemies sometimes just have random resistances that you wouldn't expect, and then you get into trouble. This is not the way to go. It's across the way. So I think I'm going to replace this with a blessed gem so that we do lightning instead of fire once we get a blessed gem, but this will do for now. Or maybe we'll get another raw gem, which would work also. So here's a Dark Wraith. You remember these from Dark Souls 1. The cool thing is just how they're very powerful, and you kind of question, like, where do these things come from? Because Leonard's like, oh, they're from, like, a lost, forgotten land that was drowned by the Abyss, a.k.a. New Londo, which was flooded. These guys have ultimate poise also, so don't think that you can break their poise by attacking them. Oh, God. They still have their kick. They also have life drain, which is neat. Just gotta wait for them to burn through their combo and then go for it. Don't get greedy, he says, before getting greedy. Okay, there's our red eye orb. So that means we can just invade as many times as we want. But don't worry, I won't subject you to that anymore today. Considering we invaded 6 times and got killed 6 times, some of them were neat fights. But I don't know. You tell me if that was fun to watch. I do plan on PvPing more and more through this series, though, for sure. But I think it's cool that they're just random Dark Wraith. There aren't many of them. There's only 2 or 3 more in the whole game. Maybe like 4. But it's just cool that they're here, just like killing things. Like he's in the room full of Lothric Knights and stuff. It's just so neat. All the dead Lothric Knights. I don't know. I like it. SC2 armor, as an example, applies the modifier twice if there are 2 attacks. Yeah, so I guess we're splitting damage. They might have 2 sets of physical resistance that's ticking twice. Okay, we go back to Firelink. How many souls did I lose earlier on my first invasion that I got killed? It wasn't that many, right? I mean, it was a good chunk, but it wasn't so many that it was like bad news bears.
You haven't given up yet?
Okay. Oh, nice.
I don't need it. Not now I've flown the coop.
That seems like something he'd already said.
The Undead Legion of Farron is a caravan of undead, sworn by wolf's blood to contain the abyss. The Legion will bury a kingdom at the first sign of exposure. Joyous bunch, really. Gaining admission to the Legion is a matter of some ceremony. Inside their keep, snuffing out the flames of 3 altars opens the door to the wolf blood. Even accursed undead want to believe they're special, it seems. I pity the sorry souls.
So, Undead Legion, the Abyss Watchers, are one of the Lords of Cinder. It's a group of them.
Aha, you found a proper red eye. Brilliant. I knew you were no ordinary man. Now invade and pillage all you like. And if you grow weary of your duty, you too may become a finger. Come on. Give yourself to Rosaria of the Cathedral of the Deep. Now invade and if you grow...
Okay. So, we can be... Eventually, when we find Rosaria, we can become part of the Red Phantom Covenant. We can be Red Phantoms. No, we can't. We can't be Red Phantoms. We have the Red Eye Orb, but depending on our Covenant, how you invade, I guess it depends. I think if we invaded as like Way of the Blue, we'd show up as a Red Phantom, right? We need to hollow ourselves a bunch more if we want to continue Yol's thing. Someone just remind me and make sure that I do that before we kill Abyss Watchers, please. That would be really shitty if I forgot. go and kill the dragon, I suppose. I did get arrows. You don't really get many souls for that, which kind of sucks. Sup, girl?
Oh, Champion of Ash. Welcome back. I was not meant to be a firekeeper, but I am honored to serve you beside the bonfire. The gods are ever merciful. My gratitude lies with them and with you. I am yours now. Your wish is my command. You know, in my home of Karim, I was a nun. I would be pleased to share the tales of miracles with you. Although, to be honest, I only know a few. But if I had a divine tome, I could tell you many tales and more. Oh, only I cannot see. Terribly sorry, but you'll have to find me a divine tome in Braille.
In Braille.
You know, in my eye with a terrible.
Yeah, like, what are the odds we're gonna find divine tomes that are in Braille? In fact, they are all in Braille for some bizarre reason. Okay, so we can get, like, legit heal. We don't have enough faith for this. I need to get
Have
more
a pleasant journey.
faith.
I
That's
pray for
probably
you.
what I'll do next. Like, with my Yol levels, I might just pump health, and then with actual levels through the Firekeeper, I'll get faith. Okay, I guess let's go kill that stupid dragon. I thought Egon would be in Firelink at this point. I guess he doesn't show up till later. Okay. Che has given us free reign to tell him to kill himself sometime before his fight with the Abyss Watchers. That is what I said, yeah. That is actually what I said. Okay, so let's go and kill the dragon. It's gonna be mildly annoying and tedious, but it has to be done. You'll see why. Don't yell at me, Lantern Man. Alright, and then we also need those 20,000 souls. Actually, the sooner we get those 20,000 souls, the covetous silver serpent ring is in there. That would just mean that's like an investment for the future. Extra souls. Probably should go do that. Yeah, I need 20,000. I don't even think if I pop my crunchables I'd have enough. Don't run in the fire. All right. I hope y'all are ready for this. Okay. 1 damage? Do I not have enough dex to use this or something? No, I can. That doesn't seem right. 14 damage. 44 damage if you hit it in the head. I just, like, I don't want to have to keep track of when I can hit it in the head. But it's, like, so little damage if it's not. I don't have enough Titanite to realistically upgrade the bow. Don't, stop moving around. Oh my god, stop doing what you're doing. This is the worst. I'm gonna run out of arrows. 59 damage, look at that. My god. Can I shoot it just like in the wing? Is this any... I can't get too close. I can't really move further up these stairs or I will get hit. This is terrible. Get up there and do the chop. I don't think you can't melee him. He's too high up. You're not meant to kill. You're not supposed to kill this thing. Oh, this is way better. Probably too close though. This is 100 times better. You don't have to kill it. It'll fly away when it's down to like a quarter health. FYI. Bow only run, no exploits. Yep. I don't know what hit me there. I don't think I'll have enough arrows. I think I need to get... I'll need to get... Stop it! I think I'll need to get a +1 bow, but like the Titanite shards are a problem. Yeah, this should work. Oh, and we're just barely not close enough to get hit by the fire. This should work fine. And you'll see soon why this is... It's funny because the only time it's worth killing this dragon is early, because you get an item that's extremely rare early and extremely plentiful later. So it's sort of like you should do it, but it's just such a pain in the butt. Riveting gameplay, boys. Yep. You would do this too if you were playing this game. If you were in the driver's seat, you'd be doing the same thing. We've been shooting into the same spot for seemingly eternity, and it doesn't think to just move its arm a little bit or fly above to shoot me. Technical limitations, you know. Almost there. There we go. So we get a large Titanite shard. You're gonna get 1 billion of those later in the game, but as of right now, they're extremely limited. So if we can get a few more small Titanite shards and get to +3, there's another place that we can reliably get 1 more large Titanite shard fairly early. That'll allow us to get to +4 quite early, and we'll get through portions of the game at fairly early portions of the game. So it's going to be hugely useful at increasing our damage, just a little bit beyond where it could be at this point in the game. Was it worth it? I don't know. We're already done with it, so... Yeah, magic users can probably use binoculars and soul arrow that thing to death. Or lightning spear, if you can have it by now. I don't know if you can get lightning spear this early. Some motherfucker had lightning spear by the time I was PvPing them. What fun for me.